Welcome back, everybody. Well, this morning we are talking about the harsh reality that human trafficking is not just something that is going on overseas in far off remote places, right? It's happening right here in Alabama. And this morning we are joined by Nicole Wilson, the founder of a new nonprofit working directly with victims through motel outreach, animal support, and even a mobile boutique. So again, we are very eager to have this conversation. Nicole, thank you so much for coming on and for the work that you do. And we know that you are actively changing lives. I first want to start again, I just mentioned it. It's happening here in Alabama. And I think people don't realize the severity that these are our neighbors. These are people we know. These are people, again, truly, even in this county. And so with that, kind of paint the picture for us. I think you said a lot of times families even know about it. They're involved. Sometimes mothers are organizing it. How does this happen, again, even here in our state?
Yeah, it's very big in our backyard. The families that you're talking about is more the familial trafficking. So when we see with child trafficking, a lot of times it is the family members that are trafficking their own child, and a good chunk of them are their mothers trafficking them.
Oh, goodness. Again, it's hard to even imagine that kind of situation, but I think I can only imagine this is just, it's often generational hardship, right? I think sometimes, again, we kind of see this and then it just trickles down to just people making really unfortunate decisions with their lives. But with that too, we also know colleges, this is really rampant even too, and kind of the older age group as well. I think you said University of Alabama is a top 10 school for this. How does this happen here?
Yeah, so you've heard the old school term of sugar daddies and sugaring, and so it's becoming more rampant. It's being appealed to college students as a way to pay for their tuition, their books, the things that they need, and then they don't realize there's an expectation involved with it of something that they're getting for that allowance.
Goodness, and again, we know that this transcends so many different, again, types of people, age groups, economic backgrounds, things of that nature. I'm curious though what you've seen in your line of work, and certainly every case is different, but to somebody watching who thinks that, well, that can't happen to me or to my neighbor, how does this really even start? What have you kind of seen this storyline start as and then end up being in truly some of its most tragic forms?
I mean, it's all over the place. There's vulnerabilities with homeless. One of the biggest ones that we're seeing though is a grooming of our kids through social media, and there's a lot of recruitment going on through social media, and it's a long-term game. So they're drawing it out. They're trying to create that trauma bonding of, they'll see a vulnerability of somebody who is rebelling against their parents maybe, or they have a self-esteem issue, and then so those predators latch on to those, and they're confiding into them and telling them that they care, that they're the ones that are supporting them, and they just grow into a relationship. A kid doesn't see a stranger if they're talking to them multiple times a day through social media.
Yeah, and again, I think so much of it is just this psychological warfare, right? That you mentioned again. I care for you. I'm here for you, and do this for me. And then we know it trickles into just catastrophic ways from there. I'm curious too, again, for kind of your backstory. What was the moment where you thought, this has to stop, right? Again, you since started Fortify Alabama. Was there kind of a pivotal moment where you realized, I'm going to start this nonprofit and make this change?
Yeah, I was leading a ministry that was doing education and awareness, and I just kind of stumbled into it. And then I met a victim of human trafficking here in the city, and she just opened my eyes to everywhere that she was trafficked in the city, the education lack, and it was just very eye-opening. And that's when I realized I wanted to be more boots on the ground, to be a support system.
Wow. And again, you realize again, it is women experiencing this here in Rocket City, which again, I think it's so easy to think that this is a far off, distant, remote issue. So let's chat a little bit again, what you do. You have so many great resources. You have animal therapy that's involved. You do motel outreach and this mobile a boutique of sorts. Tell me what that looks like. Again, so many great things to be part of.
Yeah, so we do the education and prevention as well, but we have other lanes with our intervention, which would be the motel outreach, the online outreach. We have advocacy of our support program, but also one thing that most people don't think about is the animal support program. The animal support being that we will take in animals because the victims are afraid that the abuser or the trafficker will harm the animal if they don't, if they leave that situation. So we'll take in the animals and work with local rescues to find them new homes, and so that removes that barrier for those women. And then with the mobile boutique, we just recently bought us a trailer. We're ramping it up and to get it ready for our motel outreach, and that way we can bring the love to the ladies at the motels and build those relationships with them so they can trust us.
Oh, Nicole, it is phenomenal work that you're doing, and again, truly impacting lives. And I could ask about so many more victory stories that I'm sure you've seen in your line of work. But for people who want to be part of this conversation, they want to continue it. You've got a great conference coming up. Tell me what that event is going to look like and how people again can continue to support Fortify Alabama.
Yeah, our conference is on July 18th, this coming Friday, and it'll be from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Jackson Center, and it'll have a $40 registration, buffet lunches included. We have 8 amazing speakers on various topics, and continuing education units are available with it as well.
Wonderful. Again, Nicole, thank you for coming on. Thank you for what you're doing. Again, we'll have those details on our website, tvliving.com. But for now, Nicole, thank you again so much, and good luck this coming weekend. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.